Good evening to one and all. So, in the last session, we had discussed about the concept of elastic block store, elastic block store, that is where Linux server and the Windows server we are discussed. Yeah. So, in the last session, we had discussed about the elastic block store, that is additional 5 GB volume of data is added to Linux server and the Windows server and the Windows server. Now, in this session, we are going to discuss about elastic file system, elastic file system, elastic file system. In this session, we are going to discuss about the concept of elastic file system. Now, let us will see the elastic file system, elastic file system. So the elastic file system is a simple, scalable, and the elastic file storage for our EC2 instances. For our EC2 instances. Here, we can apply the elastic file system only for Linux instances only. Linux servers only, we are applying the elastic file system. For that only, it is compatible. For that only, it is compatible. The elastic file system is a network file system. It organizes the data, logical file hierarchy can be represented. Logical file hierarchy can be represented. Here, in the yesterday session, we have observed that we are using the same availability zone. We are launching the instances. Why? Because in that reason only, my additional 5 GB volume of data is there. Now, in Elastic File System, we had to use the different availability zones. Different availability zones we had to use. That is by using Elastic File System. Now, now using the Elastic File System, it works with EC2 instances in multiple availability zones. Just now I am saying that. So, with a single reason, we can create up to 1,000 file systems per reason. 1,000 file system per reason we had to create. We had to create. And also, Elastic file system performance modes. There are two performance modes are there. One is general purpose. Second one is maximum IO. Maximum IO. So in general purpose performance mode is appropriate for most file system and is most selected by default when you are creating the file system. In which type of application we are using the performance mode general purpose mode is in web servers. In web servers, we are using the performance mode is general purpose. The maximum IO, the performance mode is optimized for applications where tens, hundreds, or thousands of EC2 instances are accessing the file system. Then we are using the performance mode is max IO. Max IO, that performance mode we are using. In which type of the applications we are using max IO performance mode is big data, media processing. Like that applications, we are using the max IO performance mode. So in Elastic file system, I will show you practically also. In Elastic file system, there are two types of performance modes, general performance mode, max IO performance mode. Now, in the Elastic file system, there are two types of throughput modes. One is bursting, second one is provision. In bursting, it allows 100 Mbps of burst speed per TB of storage it is providing. In provision throughput mode, users can decide the maximum burst speed of the Elastic file system, but are changed more when speed goes beyond the default limit. Default limit. So total in the Elastic file system, throughput mode is two types, bursting and the provision. I'll show you. Next, in Elastic file system, there are two types of storage types there. One is standard, second one is infrequent access. In standard For frequently accessed file, we are using the storage tier is standard storage tier we are using. Cost to retrieve files, low price to storage, we are using the storage tier is infrequent access we are using. Infrequent access we are using. Now, we are going to discuss about the concept of how to create the elastic file system. How to create the elastic file system. Now, for that I have to open my AWS account. I have to open my AWS account, sign into the console, sign into the console, right? Now my AWS account is open. There are recently visited services which are representing here. Now I am creating elastic file system. So on the search option, we have to type FS, elastic file system, elastic file system. This one, we have to click on it, click on it. We can click on create file system. Here, we have to give the name your file system. I am given the file system name is CSC elastic file system, elastic file system. If you want to click on create, the elastic file system is default. If you want more option, we have to choose the customize option, customize option. Here, just now in theory, I told that the elastic file system has two types. The storage classes is supporting two types. One is standard, second one is one zone. Storage data redundantly across the multiple availability zone, we have to use the standard, or storage data redundantly within the single availability zone, we can choose this option. We can choose this option. Now I am choosing the standard. The data store data redundantly across the multiple availability zone. For that I am choosing standard option. I am choosing standard option. Scroll down, scroll down. Transition into infrequent accessing is 30 days I am choosing. 30 days I am choosing. Scroll down. Throughput mode. In theory, I am saying that it is supporting two types of throughput modes. One is bursting. Second one is what are the throughput modes I am discussing? What are the throughput mode I am discussing? What are the throughput mode I am discussing? That is bursting and the provision. Bursting and the provision. Now I am choosing the bursting or the enhanced one. Bursting or the enhanced one. Whatever the default one is there, the default one we can choose it. The default one we can choose it. Now in the additional settings, we have to choose the performance mode. General purpose, max IO. The default it is providing general purpose. General purpose is recommended. If we click on the tax option, whatever the default one is there, the default one we can select it and then click on the next option. Click on the next option. Here, the network virtual private cloud is selecting the default one which is selecting, and also security group, the default it is selected. I am choosing the Mumbai region. Here in Mumbai region, there are three availability zones are there: AP South 1A, AP South 1B, AP South 1C. In all these three availability zone, the default security group is selected. See here, AP South 1A, default security group is providing. AP South 1B, default security group. AP South 1C, default security group. Click on next option. Now, in the third step, whatever the default things are there, those default things we can select it. Click on next. Here, the review is providing at the step 4. Step 4. Click on the next option. Click on create option. Now, our elastic file system is created. See here, in earlier it is not there. Now it is available. CSC EFS it is available. CSC EFS it is available. Right. CSCFS it is available. Now, to apply the elastic file system, I'm creating, I'm creating, I'm creating two Linux servers, two Linux servers of chip, two Linux servers I am creating. So how we have to create the Linux servers? How we have to create the Linux server? That is, we can choose the EC2 service, click on that. Click on that. Here, is there any instances are there? Click on the EC2 dashboard. There is no instances are there. Now I am creating the instances. Click on the instances option. Click on launch instance. Click on launch instance. I am given the name of the instance CSC FS1 I am given. CSC FS1 I am given. I have to copy it and paste it in the notepad. Paste it in the notepad. And I am choosing the Amazon Linux. Scroll down 64-bit free tier eligible one I am selecting. T2.micro, it is providing 1 CPU, 1 GB memory is providing. I am creating the key pair. Click on create key pair. I am creating the key pair name is CSC FS1 key. 1 key. Directly I can download .ppk format. Click on create file. Click on create key pair. Scroll down. In network settings, click on the edit option. Whatever the default virtual private cloud is there, the default virtual private cloud I am selecting. I am not given any subnet preferences. Auto assign public IP I am enabled. Now I am creating the security group for our convenience purpose. CSC FS1 security group I am given. CSC FS1 security group I am given. This is the security group I am given. Scroll down. Same I am copied and pasted in the description also. So the type, we are launching the Linux server. Type is SSH. Port range is 22. Scroll down. Click on launch instance. One instance I am creating. Now I am launching the another instance. Click on launch instance option. I am given the another instance name is CSC FS2. CSC FS2 name I am given. CSC FS2 I am given. Copy and paste it in the notepad. Copy and paste it in the notepad. And then I am choosing the Amazon machine image. Amazon Linux I am chosen. Free tier 64-bit. Instant type T2.micro. I am creating the key pair. Click on that. Key pair name I am given CSC FS2 FS2 key I am given. Directly I am using .ppk format. Click on create key pair. Scroll down. In network settings, click on edit option. Default VPC I am chosen. Subnet I am not given any preferences. Auto assign public IP enabled, and I am creating the security group name CSC FS2 security group. This I copy and paste it in description. I'll copy this one in the notepad also. In the notepad also. Now scroll down. Security type SSH, port range is 22, source type is anywhere. Source type is anywhere. Click on launch instance. Storage is 8 GB default it is providing. I'm not giving any advanced details. Click on launch instances. I'm creating the two instances. One instance is running. One instance is running. CSC EFS1 is running. CSC EFS1 is running. Now, what are the steps we have to follow? Those steps I'm representing here. I'm representing here. See here, go to Elastic File System, click on Create File System, enter the name. All those things I'm creating Elastic File System. Now we have to create the first Linux server. First Linux server. Right. After that, I'm launching two instances. I'm launching two instances. I am launching. For these two instances, we can select the first instance, go for actions, select the security, change the security groups, Here, here we have to choose the default security group. To work the Elastic File System, we have to choose the default security group. default security group. Click on default security group. We can select add security group. Where I am adding? In the CSC EFS1. CSC EFS1. EFS1, click on save option. Click on save option. Similarly, we have to add the default security group in the instant 2 also. CSC EFS2. Select the instance. How we have to add? Select the instant. Go for actions. Select security. Click on change security groups. Here we have to choose the default. Click on add security group. Click on save option. In two instances, I am adding default security group. Default security group I am adding. Okay, fine. Now I am connecting the first instance by using Putty software. How I am connecting? I had to copy the public IPv4, and paste it in the notepad. Paste it in the notepad. I had to copy this one, public IPv4. I had to open the Putty software. I had to open the Putty software, paste the public IPv4, click on SSH, authenticate, browse the key, CSC EFS1 key, click on open, click on accept. You have to give the name is EC2-user. Click on enter. My Linux server is connected. First Linux server is connected. First Linux server is connected. I am changing the appearance. 14 I am chosen. Okay, that is I have done. Next, what we have to do? What we have to do? I'm connecting the first EC2 instance. Now I have to switch to the user. I have to switch to the user. How we have to switch to the user? We have to use the command sudo su hyphen su. Sudo su hyphen. Click on enter. Click on enter. In earlier, it is in EC2 user. Now it is in root user. What is the command we are using? Sudo su hyphen. Sudo su hyphen. That is the command we have to use. That is the command we have to use. Switch to the user, we have to use the command. And then in your Linux server, we have to install Elastic File System utils. How we have to install the Elastic File System is by using this command, that is sudo yum install -y amazon -efs -utils. This is the command we have to use it. Click on enter. Click on enter. Now it is installed. Now it is installed. See here, it is completed. It is completed. After that, we can create EFS directory. How we have to create the EFS directory? That is by using mkdir. The directory name is EFS. Click on enter. Directory is created. Directory is created. Now go to our EFS. Go to our Elastic File System. We can type it on the search box EFS. Click on EFS. Now we have to select our Elastic File System. Click on that. Here we have to click on attach. Click on attach. Now we have to copy using the NFS client. NFS client. This we have to copy it. This we have to copy it. This we have to copy it and paste it in your server. Click on enter. Click on enter. See that? Click on enter. After that, we have to switch to the EFS folder. How we have to switch to the EFS folder? CD directory name EFS. Click on enter. Now, is there any files and directories are there in this directory? Is there any files are there? For that, we have to type ls command. There is no files are there. Now I am creating empty files. How I have to create the empty files? By using touch command, I am creating 3 files I am creating. 3 files I am creating. Touch file 1, file 2, file 3. 3 empty files I am creating. Click on enter. Now we have to type the ls command. 3 files are created. 3 files will be created. Now I am connecting second Linux server. I am connecting second Linux server. This is the first Linux server. This is the first Linux server. See here. This is the first Linux server. Now I am connecting to the second Linux server. That is, we have to type it EC2, EC2. Click on the instances. We have to choose the second instance. Copy and paste the public IPv4. Copy and paste the public IPv4. Now, by using Putty software, I am connecting. Copy and paste the public IPv4. Click on SSH, authenticate, browse the key. You can choose CSCFS2 key. Click on open, accept. You have to give the login as EC2-user. Now my second Linux server is connected. See that 172.31.43.255. This is the private IP address for this instance 2. See here. Right. Now to switch to the root user, what is the command we have to use? Sudo hyphen su hyphen click on that. Now it is in root user. I am changing the appearance. Okay, now it is very clear. Now the next step, what we have to do? We have to install the EFS utilities. How we have to install the EFS utilities? Sudo yum install -y amazon -efs -utils. That's we have to install it. Click on enter. Now it is installed the EFS. Complete. After that, we can create EFS. How we have to create the directory? mkdir. Directory name I am given as EFS. Now go to the AWS. We can type the Elastic File System. Click on this. Select your Elastic File System. Go to the attach option. We have to copy the using NFS client. Copy it. Paste it in the Linux server 2. Enter it. Now we have to use the command. We have to open your directory cdfs. Now we have to type the command ls. Now 3 files which are available: file 1, file 2, and the file 3. Those 3 files which are available. See here. Wait. The 3 files which are available here. 3 files which are available here. This is the first Linux server. This is the second Linux server. In the first Linux server, 3 files are there: file 1, file 2, file 3. In second Linux server also, 3 files are there: file 1, file 2, file 3. Now, in the second Linux server, I am creating 3 empty files by using touch command. That is touch file 4, file 5, file 6. 3 empty commands I am creating by using touch command. Now we have to type the ls command. See here, file 1, file 2, file 3, and then just now I am creating the 3 files: file 4, file 5, and file 6. This is I am done in second Linux server. Now we have to type the ls command in the first Linux server. Type it. See here, it is reflected or not? File 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, file 5, file 6, file 6. That is, I am chosen the different availability zones I am chosen. Different availability zones I am chosen. If you see that, if you see that, go to EC2 instance, go to EC2 instances, select the instances option, select the instances option. It is selecting same availability zone, same availability zone. Now I am launching the another Linux server also with a different availability zone, with a different availability zone. I am creating CSC EFS3. I am creating Amazon Linux. I am chosen Amazon Linux. I am chosen T2.micro. I am creating the key pair, that is CSC EFS3 key pair I am given. CSC EFS3 key pair I am given. Directly I can download .ppk key pair. Click on that. Scroll down. Click on edit option. Click on edit option. Now in earlier AP South 1A, the two instances which are launched. Now I am chosen 1B. AP South 1B I am chosen. AP South 1B, different availability zone I am chosen. Now I'm given the security name, security group name, CSC EFS3 security group I am given. Security group I am given. Same, I copy and paste it in the description. In the description, type SSH, port range is 22, source type is anywhere, default 8 GB storage is providing. I'm not given any advanced details. Click on launch instance. Click on launch instance. Now, see here, see here, third Linux server. I am launching the instance. I am choosing the availability zone AP South 1B. AP South 1B. This is AP South 1A. This is also AP South 1A. So in the same availability zone, I am applying Elastic File System. Now I am launching in another availability zone in the Mumbai region. I am chosen the another availability zone. This is AP South 1A. This is AP South 1B. AP South 1B. Wait for few minutes. Now the instance is running. Now the instance is running. Now I had to copy the public IPv4, public IPv4, connect it by using PuTTY software, connect it by using PuTTY software, enter your public IP for the Linux server 3, click on SSH, authenticate, browse the key, CSC EFS3 key, click on open, accept. I am given EC2 hyphen user. Click on enter. My Linux server 3 is connecting. My Linux server 3 is connecting. I am changing the appearance. Okay. Now, to switch to the root user, which command we are using? Sudo su hyphen. Sudo su hyphen. Now it is switched to the root user. Now, in this Linux server 3, in this Linux server 3, I am install EFS utilities. How we have to install the EFS utilities? Before that, before that, I had to change the security group. I had to change the security group in this one. How I had to change the default security group I am adding? How I am adding in this instance? Select the instance, go for actions, go for actions, select the security, change security group. Here I am chosen default, default, select add security group, click on save option, click on save option. In Linux server 3, I am adding default security group. I am adding default security group. Now I am installing the Elastic File System utilities in this Linux server 3, in this Linux server 3, right? Click on enter. Now it is install the EFS. Installation is completed. Installation is completed. Now I am creating the directory mkdir. The directory name I am given as EFS. Directory name I am given as EFS. Now I go for the EFS elastic file system. Elastic file system. I'm creating this elastic file system. Go for that. Click on attach option. Copy using NFS client. Copy it. Paste it here in Linux Server 3. Click on enter. Click on enter. Now we have to use that directory. CD directory name. Click on here. Now I am given ls command. See that 3 files which are created. 3 files which are created. See here. See here. This is my first instance. This is my second instance. Wait. This is my second instance. This is my second instance. This is my third instance. Third Linux server. Third Linux server. Now, this is the first Linux server. This is the second Linux server. This is the third Linux server. Now, these two, Linux server 1, Linux server 2, these two are same availability zone. I am applying the elastic file system. I am applying the elastic file system. Now, the third Linux server, I am launching the instance in the different availability zone. That's I am choosing the availability zone is AP South 1B I am chosen. AP South 1B I am chosen. Now I am creating one more files by using touch command. Empty files I am creating. Touch file 7, file 8. Click on enter. Now we have to type the ls command. See here, 8 files are there. Where, where I'm done this work in the Linux server 3. In the Linux server 3. Now here in the first Linux server, we have to type the command ls. See here, the 8 files which are created. File 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, file 5, file 6, file 7, file 8. Now in the second Linux server, we have to give it ls command. 8 files are there. File 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, file 5, file 6, file 7, file 8. That is about the elastic file system. Elastic file system. We can store the data in different availability zone, in the same availability zone, in the different availability zone, in the different availability regions also. In the different availability regions also. We may choose the Mumbai region. In the second instance, we may choose the North Virginia region. We may choose the another regions also. Then the elastic file system is working. Elastic file system is working. In the yesterday session, we are discussing about the elastic block store. We can choose the same availability zone. Why? Because our additional 5 GB volume of data is there in our availability zone. Where the availability zone, our additional 5 GB volume of data is there, the same availability zone, we can choose it and we can launch the instances. We can launch the instances. Then only it is working the elastic block store. But the elastic file system, we may choose the same availability zone, we may choose the different availability zone, we may choose the different region also. It is working. It is working. That's about the elastic file system. That's about the elastic file system. I had to close this one. I had to close this one. To exit that, we can give the exit command. Right. Now, go for EC2. Go for EC2. Click on that. Go for the instances. We can terminate these 3 instances. Select that. Instant state, terminate. Click on terminate. 3 instances are terminated. Now we can delete, if you want to delete the key pair, we can delete it. If you want to delete the security group, we can delete it. Now, EFS, we can type it. Click on that. Your EFS is there. You are creating elastic file system. How we can delete this elastic file system is select this one. Click on delete option. Here we have to type. We have to type file system ID. That's we have to type it. Copy it. Paste it here. Confirm. confirm. Now it is in deleting. Now it is in deleting. Wait. Deleting mount targets for file system. Mount targets for file system. Now it is in deleting. This is the procedure for elastic file system. For elastic file system, right? Any queries regarding this? Raise your hand. I'll unmute your mic.